So let's see what are the syndromes that are associated with these conditions, like in Down syndrome, cleft lip, Waardenburg syndrome, Van der Voort syndrome, where you can see the lip pits, Treacher-Collins syndrome, Pierre-Robin. They are some of the important syndrome where you can see cleft lip palate condition. So how we do the diagnosis? So we can do the ultrasonography, 3D, USG, that helps in diagnosis, especially in the third trimester they can be seen. Now we see some classification of cleft lip cleft palate, like typical, atypical, orofacial cleft, or the clefts which are associated with syndrome or without any syndrome. Other classifications are, so there are two important classifications that we know about these conditions. One is Davis and Ritchie classification, that is like group 1 pre-alveolar clefts, which can be unilateral, bilateral, median, or group 2, which are post-alveolar clefts that comprise both your hard and soft palate up to the ridge. Group 3 are alveolar clefts that involve the palate, ridge, and even the lips. Then is the Weir classification. Group 1 involving only the soft palate. Group 2, hard and soft palate going into the incisive foramen. Complete unilateral cleft involving your soft palate, hard palate, lips, and the ridge. And group 4 is complete bilateral cleft, which involve all the way soft, hard palate, lips, and the ridge. Now let us see what are different problems that are associated with cleft patients, like dental problems, aesthetic problem, hearing and speech problem, as well as the psychological problems. So the dental problems, they can have congenitally missing tooth, supernumerary natal neonatal teeth, ectopically erupted tooth, enamel hypoplasia, macrodontia, fusion, gemination, dilaceration. They have more tendency towards the class 3, cross bites, posterior anterior, then the deep bites, spacing, crowding, protruding maxilla. Aesthetic problem, of course, they will have some facial disfigurement. Orofacial structures can be malformed, and deformities of nose can also occur. Hearing and speech problems, so that is a serious problem in cleft palate patient or cleft lip, because it's going to affect their speech and language. So speech therapist will be required as early as 9 months of age. Hearing loss can also be seen them due to ossicular malformation. The speech problem are going to be more severe if you are delaying the surgery. Usually an operated cleft palate patient presents with the short palate, decreased mobility of soft palate due to scarring and presence of overnatal fistula, all of which can lead to velopharyngeal insufficiency. Actually, these are some of the surgical complications that can happen in the cleft lip palate patient due to the scarring result. Psychological problems, of course. For management of a cleft lip cleft palate patient, you will require like multidisciplinary approach, that's what we call it as. ENT surgeon, plastic oral surgeon, orthodontist, prosthodontist, nursing support, speech therapist, social worker, pediatric dentist, psychiatrist. This is a schedule for treatment of the cleft. Birth to 1 month initial assessment, pre-surgical orthopedics if required. Then 3 months you start with the primary lip repair. Then 9 to 18 months palate repair, 2 years speech assessment, 3 to 5 years lip revision surgery, 8 to 9 year initial interventional or interseptic orthodontics in preparation of the alveolar bone grafting, that is called as SABG, submucosal alveolar bone grafting, and continuing the speech therapies, 10 years bone grafts, 12 to 14 years definitive orthodontics, and 16 years nasal revisional surgeries, and 7 to 20 years orthognathic surgery, advanced conservative treatments. Dental counseling, of course, is a very important part so that parents understand the condition of their child. So cleft lip surgeon, plastic surgeon will undertake the primary and the secondary repair. The speech therapist is required for the normal speech development, and the audiologist quantified that how much hearing problems can occur from the condition of the patient. Orthodontist will monitor the dental development, changes related to occlusion, skeletal problem, and using interseptic or your conventional orthodontics. Oral surgeon for your submucosal. Let us see how we do the care of the cleft patients. So immediately on birth, first thing is the problem with feeding in these children. Now, cleft lip or palate makes feeding of the baby difficult. Major problem with the cleft patient is that they are not able to suck properly. So falling spaces are required to evaluate the child, to start with neonatologist, pediatrician, feeding specialist nurse, geneticist to assess for syndrome association, and clinical psychologist. So newborn children with the cleft also have a risk of aspiration and airway obstruction, which can lead to acute asphyxia in children with small mandible, like you see in Pierre-Robin syndrome. So feeding difficulties are of course common. We are using specialized feeding bottles such as Haberman feeder and Med Johnson bottle, that is helpful. for these children. So first few weeks, there is chances of recurrent chest and throat infection, and primary surgery of lip and interior palate is done by a cleft surgeon, who could be an oral surgeon or a plastic surgeon. So stages in management: first stage is from birth to 18 months, stage 2 18 months to 5 years when there is a primary dentition, then stage 3 during mixed dentition from 6 to 11, and then stage 4 12 to 18 during the permanent dentition. So if you look at the stage 1 treatment, it starts with forming or fabricating a passive obturator, then pre-surgical orthopedics, surgical management of cleft lip and cleft palate. So first step is to make a passive maxillary obturator. So obturator is like an intraoral prosthetic device that will fill the palatal clefts and provide a false roofing against which the child can suckle. It will reduce the feeding difficulty like insufficient suction. Obturator, you make it with acrylic and try to block all the undesirable undercut. You can use a clasp that helps in retention and follow the contours extraorally. Now for pre-surgical orthopedics, once you have fabricated an obturator for the child so that his feeding becomes normalized, we are doing the pre-surgical orthopedic, which will facilitate the creation of a good functioning palate. It also helps in normalizing the tongue position, helps in speech development, improves symmetry of nose and cleft of maxilla. Now surgical lip closure. First surgery that you can perform on a child is at 3 months, undertaken at age of 3 months, or 10 weeks when the child is fit to undergo general anesthesia. You're starting the cleft lip surgery. Millard, scientist, has given a rule of 10. Approximately the child should be 10 weeks of age, 10 pounds in weight, and 10% gram hemoglobin. This is the minimum requirements. Then you can go for a cleft lip